Hey there, traders. Welcome back to ForexPropFirm.com. I am Valentine, your host for today's discussion. We have a special guest joining us for an exclusive interview. Get ready to gain insider knowledge, learn proven strategies, and discover the secrets to trading success. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into this insightful conversation with our guest trader. Get ready to take your trading to the next level. Let's turn our attention to our guest for today, Jason. Jason had a 100K funded account, but unfortunately breached it this week. We will touch on that. Let's give a warm welcome to him and dive right in. Jason, please introduce yourself to our YouTube community.
Hi, I'm Jason from Hong Kong. I'm now 30 years old. I have working in the prop firm industry for more than 2 years. I first started my career in my first fund and also other different firms, but I mainly focus on it. And I once have more than 900K funded account in total, like that at the same time. And then I have paid out more than 70K. But my first fund shut down and I need to look for some more different firms. FPF is one of my favorite firm, like other firms. Well, I'm not talking about a lot. But currently there's a FOMC and I just push my FPF on the account and I want to share the experience in this interview.
Okay, perfect. What trading approach or style do you primarily use? Is it swing trading, day trading, or scalping?
Okay, I mainly do swing trading. I usually just follow the trend. I will draw the trend and some support and resistance point. So mainly I will just follow the trend and keep holding it for maybe 2 to 3 days. Not really a very long time, but maybe 2 to 3 days. But sometimes if the profit or it reach the support and resistance point, I will just day trade and eat it. Yeah, that's usually just my approach.
Okay, and what do you primarily trade? Is it Forex or crypto?
I should say both. In the past, I will not trade crypto because I think it's not really make sense. Sometimes it's really hard to predict. But so I major in gold. Gold trading is like more sensible and like more stable and high volume. That's what I focus on. But currently, I also trade Bitcoin. It's a really good trade, and sometimes the support and resistance point really have reaction. So it's a good buying point.
Okay. How much risk do you use per one trade?
Okay. Usually the risk I will say about 1%, but sometimes it really depends on the market situations. Like I think it's a really good chance I would pick a big trade, maybe 2 to 3% maximum loss. Then I may have 4% gain. So I will make a big one if I have a good condition.
Okay. And what is the risk to reward ratio that you're aiming for?
In the past, I will simply set 1-to-1 because I think if I have a good direction, 1-to-1 have a high winning rate, maybe 70%, or maybe just 60%, you will always win because 1-to-1. But currently, I'm looking for 1-to-2 or 1-to-3. It's actually if we have a patience, like catching the highest point, and then when it starts to at the turning point to like drop or increasing, it's possible to make a 1-to-2, 1-to-3 or more.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly the same as I'm using. I'm going for 2R or 3R at maximum. And I think if it's a good trade, there's definitely a good reason to hold on like for 2R or 3R. And your win ratio doesn't need to be that high when you're using 2 or 3R. So that's really good. What sessions do you prefer to trade?
Okay, as a professional trader, I usually trade about like 16 hours, at least more than 10. So, but among those hours, I actually earn more in Asian time and also some Europe time. Because US time, usually US session is actually more fluctuations. Fluctuations is sometimes it's a good thing. It means you can earn more, but because a big fluctuation, it's not easy for you to stop. Sometimes you not enough time to think. If you do a very short time frame, maybe like 5 minutes, or 15 minutes, the time frame you're looking at. If there's a big fluctuations, should I keep buying it or should I stop it? So it's actually you need to make a really quick decision, and that may make you a loss.
Okay. Can you describe your trading strategy and the key principles or indicators you rely on?
Okay. I should say I use like multiple. The first thing is I think it should be an easy one, RSI. But of course, if you use RSI, you will lose because if you single use it. But it's one of the things I would concern. If for like Asian time, usually maybe the US trader haven't woke up. So Asian session is easy. Sometimes like RSI top, it will drop. RSI low point, it will go up. So Asian session is simply easy. But for sometimes like US time, it's actually not that easy. You need to have a really good, like maybe using some like retracement, like checking a good turning point, like that point is a key point. You need to really mark it, seeing the reaction of that point, and you will expect US session. RSI does not matter. Even if you know RSI, it will keep dropping, and then maybe just like go up a bit and then keep dropping again. So I will not. So don't rely on indicator for US session, especially for data. Yeah, I would say. And very important to mark down all support and resistance point, because that point may be a turning point. Sometimes it drop enough, it will go up, possible, but need to carefully like take a look for more than 10 minutes. Make sure it start like turning to drop or turning to be careful. Like take a look for more than 10 minutes is very important. Like don't start a decision very easily. Like you think is going to increase. No, not that easy.
Okay. And what is the time frame that you typically are using?
I typically use 15, and sometimes it's quite different. Like firstly, I should use 4 hours to checking the trend. For 4 hours is actually quite a good way to check the trend, to think that one is going uptrend or a downtrend. So you can predict that if it's going an uptrend, that's easy. If you buy at a low point, you may have 70% win. But if you sell at a high point, maybe you just have 30 to 40% win. So 4 hours trend is actually good to pretend whether you should go for which side to buy or sell. Yeah, so it's actually just to determine the trend, but then for 5 or 15 minutes time frame is to determine the buying point and also the supporting point. Yeah.
Okay, really good. So we talked about risk management. Let's dive a little bit into psychology. How do you manage emotions and maintain discipline during both winning and losing trades?
I should say money makes people crazy. When you win a lot, it's not really a good thing. I have tried, let me think. For my fund account, I win more than 10K in a day. I have tried, yeah. Actually, a few times. Yeah, but it's not really a good thing because I will think, that's easy. Don't think a lot. Like for the next day, I will just, okay, I always win. Okay, just buy it. And then just make a big lot. Maybe like 6 lots, gold. Yeah, just like something big. And for the next day, maybe I will lose 5K because the first day I win 10K and the second day I lose 5K. And then, okay, I will start cooling down. But that means I lose 5K again. So it's not really a good thing. Better have a stable winning. It's actually really, really good to have a stable, like each trade, maybe you win 0.5%, and then you do 4 or 5 trades winning in that day. Then you win 2 to 3%. It's really good.
Yeah.
How I lose my fund account. For FOMC, I'm selling gold, and then gold goes up like for 60 points, I guess. But well, as a trader, I know like sometimes like the 5% rules. I usually do that when I will set a stop loss at 4% or 4 to 5%. So I will never breach the account in one day. So I forget that day is FOMC. I do read the economic Canada usually, but For that day, I don't know, just forget it. And I just keep holding my accounts like through FOMC. The day I wake up, I find out what the fuck. My account, like my trades all get stop loss and I lose 4.5%. That's really crazy. Like what I'm really like maybe like frustrated, nervous and something, well, anything. And for the next day, because you feel that emotions, so you will do some wrong trades. So at that another day, I lose another 4%, and the accounts get breached. So I get breached in my fund account in 2 days. So that's the problem. The problem is when you lose a trade, we should remain like take a deep breath, or we should remain confident and also like don't lose the control. It's very important. So, well, FOMC, that one I should say mistake, but the day after I do some wrong trades. That's the problem.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that FOMC event. What were your initial reaction or thoughts when you realized that your account was experiencing significant losses? What was going on in your head when you saw your MetaTrader 4 experiencing a big loss?
Well, as mentioned, a bit frustrated, maybe sad, angry, nervous, many negative emotions. I would say, oh my God. To be honest, I don't just have one funded account. Some of my other account also get negative 4%. So to me, it's a really big loss. So I really take time to overcome and recover it. Yeah, so we'll keep going on it.
Yeah, of course, you need to. How has this experience impacted your approach to trading and risk management moving forward?
Okay, sometimes I change the strategy. Like sometimes I do a really short trades. Maybe like I will buy gold. Maybe the target point will be $2, and maybe stop loss will be $2, and maybe stop loss $2. TP will be $4. Just like the stop loss like very small, like maybe just $2 to $3. Once I may change back to that approach, because like I will not easily get affected. I once trade because like for this approach, I sometimes keep having stop loss because my stop is set to $2. I need to have a really confidence and really good points, or like a very small time frame, and yeah. So, but I think I can handle it. So I think I may remain that strategy. For the FOMC part, because I changed the strategy, I think gold is keep dropping. To be honest, if you see the graph, except for FOMC, just like before FOMC, 4 hours trend, it keeps dropping. Have a really good trend. Just sell it at a high point, and you will win. It's really easy to win. And so I set a maybe stop loss, maybe $10, and buy a big one and keep buying it. And then but get a big loss in FOMC. Yeah, it changed the trend and going up, break every resistance points.
Okay, so after we talked about that, let's talk a little bit about successes and achievements. What are some of your most significant trading successes or achievements?
Well, previously for my first fund, I got a 300K account, and I get 5 digits payout few times. And well, to be honest, I think like getting 5 digits payout is actually quite happy. I'm glad to work in PropFirm industry. I guess most people doesn't have enough access or money to have a big one. Money market is more about money. So the finance, if you don't have the fund, you cannot do everything. So funded account give us this, and I appreciate it.
Okay, nice. What advice would you give to aspiring traders who are just starting out?
Okay, let me think. For a new trader, I would say just don't make some gambling. Just continue to improve your trade. And also, I don't think using EA is a good thing in PropFirm. Sometimes like different restriction, and also the EA does not give much profit. Just going on with your manual trade and also improve the winning rate and thinking about why that point is start dropping, or like why there's a changing the trend, or what maybe like what the market is doing. So usually when you lose, yeah, I think everyone lose. Like no one have 100% win rates, but every time you will think, shall we change some strategy? And sometimes you may learn. Yeah, I'm using support resisting and also some trend. But I know a lot like people, maybe SMC, they have some different strategies. You may learn from that. I think trades is like keep improving. Just think of one of the way. Also, you need to pick a good instrument, because I think different people have their most suitable instrument. Mine is gold, but maybe you is like Bitcoin, maybe has US Wall Street, US 30, or have different, maybe you are good at different FX or different things. Pick one in the instruments that you have the highest win rate. That's important. Maybe you can focus on just one instrument. Yeah. The other some instruments maybe just minor.
Yeah, that's really true. I traded around 5 to 6 major pairs, and after reducing it to only Euro US dollar and sometimes GBP US dollar, my win rate just increased massively. So you made a really good point. Yeah. Okay. So what are your future goals and aspirations as a trader?
Well, to be honest, I want to have big funds in a lot of firms. Actually, I want to have maybe 10 prop firms, and every prop firm I have 300k account. Then I keep withdrawing money in 10 firms. Then I will have a big money.
Nice.
Well, one of my approach at this moment.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jason, for sharing your valuable insights and experiences with us today. And to our viewers, if you found this interview helpful and informative, be sure to check out more content like this on the ForexPropFirm.com YouTube channel. Until next time, happy trading.